again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard. Welcome to my experiment where I am going to continuously scoop some paint out of that container with that shovel or something in a minute. And for right now, I'm going to use my OXO omelet turning spatula. Make sure nothing's in the way of my turntable turning. Yes, that works well. And I want a nice wet background. I don't want a huge amount of paint because I know that I'm not tipping anything off. I'm just going to use little tiny swipe cards right here. And that little dish is going to come in handy because whatever color comes off with the swipe, I'm going to scrape off in the dish, and I might have to make one more tiny little artwork before the day is over. I'm going to use my black enamel, I think. I might take some of this paint off if there seems to be too much, actually. And that's how easy that OXO omelet turning spatula works. Take the rest of that off. I want a sort of a nice even layer. And so I let my spatula do most of the work for me, as level as I can possibly make it. A friend of mine sent me these canvases, and I'm having a little trouble with the edges, not letting paint adhere, but I think once the paint is heavy over them, that won't be an issue anymore. I see that large thing over there. Where did you come from, large thing? Sometimes they're bugs. So I'm just going to run my finger right around the edge of that right now, so I don't have to look at that canvas anymore, since I know the paint is kind of heavy, or potentially heavy, right up to the edge. Once I don't see the curve or the canvas showing through, I'm a lot better off. So I'm going to continuously take the rest of that paint right off my spatula. I throw my spatula into the bucket so it doesn't set up, and then I am going to do give myself a layer of gold. And I really don't think I want all that much of a shovel, so I'm looking around and I'm looking around for something not as wide that I just had here. Son of a gun. Well, this is not quite as wide, it's almost as wide, so I'm just going to grab some of these colors just like this, and this time I'm going to start right up near the edge. And maybe I'm going to think about splitting the difference and just going right down the middle. You see that rather large lump? Come here, lump. And I'm going to continuously, continue on, shall we say. This is just a variation on my checks theme. I'm just looking to do this with a whole lot more negative space as a result of me leaving space to begin with. And I'm going to need a bigger canvas than I thought I was to use up that paint. But the good thing is I can just put it to the side and put something over the top of it, and it'll last a while. And now it's time to put the black enamel in place. I'm going to grab my widest card and get that shovel out of here. And I'm going to start dragging from the top down. And I'm going to let any paint that's on the end, on the residual of that card, go right into the next. Go right under the end. Kind of have wanted to see how far the gold would go, would transition down. And if I'm not sure I like what I'm getting, I'm most likely going to tip. But I'm very curious to see how far I can make these swipes go. I've done the double swipe on the 16 by 20 inch canvas. I like changing the game. Every chance I get, add a new element. I'd like to make these uneven, and I haven't quite got there yet. I think it'd be cool to tip. I'm just not sure it's the right thing to do yet. Also, there's the potential in the future for a basting brush. I just haven't experimented so far that I'm ready to do that quite yet. I think if I tip it, that gold will all go right down there in that direction, so I'm not sure I want to do that. So I'm just putting the lightest amount of pressure possible to keep the card in contact with the paint, but I'm not pushing it all the way down to the canvas. And I like that, but I want something down this side. I'm going to move that over, swivel my turntable, and see if I can't use all of my residuals. That's working pretty well. Very good. I'm amazed. That actually went the distance. And I've got enough black at the top to make that work. I'm just going to put this up there. Use the black that I've got that's residual that came off the spatula. And make the black at the top cover too. And then I have to have a look at it and see if there's anything I want to do. I could actually take the basting brush, whoops. Could actually take the basting brush and go up over the top, but maybe that's best left for another time. Yeah, I did. I just pulled that black out of there because I didn't want it in there. It's just paint after all. So I've got one more edge to cover, and then I'll probably use the torch to release the bubbles caught in the paint, if there are any. I'm going to use the paint that's got colors in it to go down the side that needs the colors. It's still kind of muddy, but it doesn't matter right there. It's blue mud. Blue and pink mud. And then the black will cover the rest. So it's good to keep a little dish of paint next to you. Something to scrape your tool off into. And make sure I've got paint all the way along the top of this edge, kind of heavily, because I'm afraid that that canvas is going to show through. So I like that. That's kind of weird. I could do stuff. What could I do? I could dip my card in. It's a Because I Can moment. Because I Can is the name of my first book, under Show More on the Amazon link, under the video. And it's too pretty color not to share. So I'm just going to share some of it. Because I can. And the edge of that acetate card isn't going to make such a huge difference. I should put some green at the bottom of one of these and make them flowers. Looks like buds coming up right there. I'm still conquering this check thing, but I like all of the ways to do this along the way. I really want to pull some of that out. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not. Oh boy. Well, I haven't torched yet. So at least there's that. I'm going to wipe that off so I don't have any black in there. They're very organic looking forms, which is kind of cool. And that gold that I'm pulling out in tendrils might actually sell because there's black enamel at the top. So I like that. I don't think that that was a bad experiment at all, and it just makes me want to do more experiments, which is the problem or the solution. So if you guys want to help keep me painting, just know that on the end screens of this video and every video there is a exhibition video that shares with you whatever month's prizes are being offered. This month there are 5 paintings you can choose from. If you watch the video at the beginning or the end, you will see them. It's a $10 minimum donation to help keep the studio rolling. It really helps me out a lot, and somebody always wins. So I think I'm so happy with that, and I'm so glad you guys joined me. There's 86,000 of you. If you are interested in helping support the studio in some other way, you can shop my Amazon link at no added cost to you, and it helps me out. The torch will release the bubbles in the paint and also some of the patterns that might be caught in the paint that will be released from the catalytic change of the heat. I'm pretty happy with every organic looking one of these so far, bar none. So I definitely recommend playing with this technique. It's a ball. I love you guys. Thank you all for the wonderful comments you leave me all the time, and thank you for all the donations that have kept me painting all this time. If you're interested in being, please subscribe if you're not subscribed, and if you are subscribed and you're not getting notifications, check that you're still subscribed, because sometimes that gets undone. If you're looking for a Facebook group for students, you can find Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Appreciation Group on Facebook. Yeah, that's redundant. Or Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Totes and More is where you can find my posts at Fine Art America and Pixels.com since about 2013, and the Shop Now button will take you there. Even if you're not shopping, it's still a cool place to go check out. Teespring clothing under the video is also mine, where you will find my designs. I'm going to put a little bit of black along this edge because I see that the paint that I added there didn't really cover as well as I wanted it to. Good thing to check your edges before you're done. And I am so pleased with this. I'm so not done experimenting with this style of swipe. I love you guys. What should I tell you? There's 1,310 videos, so if you're interested in finding something, just know that I have organized them all into groups of 100. So there's 12 groups of 100, one being populated. I don't know about that spare time. And there's genres. Let's see. Tomorrow's video on the community board or on Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Appreciation Group. And the thumbs up would be very appreciated. Watching longer is the only way that the YouTube algorithm ever figures out that I'm worth placing in better placement. So if you watch longer, you just know that you're helping me out a lot. And I know there's something else. Oh, Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Fans and Collectors is where I put the edited versions of the wet and dry artworks from YouTube into albums. They're not all there. Don't look for them. If you ever have an interest in purchasing anything, my email address is right under the video. And as soon as the Corona thing is over, then I'll be doing classes at the house again in Spring Hill, Florida. So I totally love you guys. I will see you anon. Let's see what you can see. Yeah, you can see all of that. Cool. Zoom in a little bit. I'm addicted to doing this now, and I'm not going to stop until I completely figure out how to make what I want happen. And I love the accidents so far, but there's still accidents. So, bye for now. Priscilla out. I'll see you anon. Hey, binge watch for me, would you? I know you're stuck at home. You got to do something. Bye. I love you.